Enfermeira, já há cerca de 12 anos. A ideia que eu tenho em mudar de país tem a ver com a situação atual que se está a viver um bocado em Portugal. São poucas as perspectivas em termos de crescimento, em termos de trabalho, progressão na carreira, e a parte económica acaba por também ser alguma influência e a injustiça social que está a ser, que estamos a viver agora, de certa forma. Basicamente estou a receber o mesmo que recebo há 12 anos.
Vanda Dias, a 34-year-old nurse, is one of a wave of skilled young people planning to leave Portugal in search of a better career. Faced with a deep recession and high unemployment at home, where the jobless rate among under 24-year-olds has reached 37%, graduates and other skilled young people are leaving the country in record numbers, an exodus similar to the peak levels of the mid-1960s, when droves of poorly educated, unskilled workers left Portugal for jobs in France, Canada, Venezuela and elsewhere. The difference this time is that many of those leaving are highly qualified university graduates. This has raised fears that Portugal is losing the best of a generation, a brain drain that poses a more serious long-term threat to the economy than the current recession.
We are losing some of the best, some of the brightest, and still worse, Portugal is now becoming a very aged country. This is, in demographic terms, we are undergoing a strong process of aging. So when the youth and the skilled youth is leaving, this means an economic loss and a demographic loss.
A large number of young graduates are moving to fast-growing former Portuguese colonies such as Angola and Brazil, reversing a migratory flow that has long been in the opposite direction. The UK, where there is a demand for nurses, IT engineers and qualified banking professionals, has also become one of the chief destinations for the most qualified Portuguese emigrants. Artur Colares, another nurse, recently attended an event in Lisbon organised by Skills for Nurses, a recruitment company based in Scotland, where NHS trusts interviewed candidates for nursing jobs in Britain.
Acreditar no Sistema Nacional de Saúde neste momento que existe em Portugal, que ele está a ser destruído gradualmente e naturalmente que isto desmotiva todos os profissionais e naturalmente que os melhores ou aqueles que se acham que estão minimamente qualificados optam por emigrar. Nunca houve níveis tão elevados em termos de formação superior, mas naturalmente que os jovens de hoje não têm perspectiva de trabalho. Portanto, toda a massa cinzenta está a ser exportada para países que oferecem melhores condições.
Since joining the European Union in 1986, Portugal has invested in a massive expansion of university education, but an increasing number of graduates now find themselves with little prospect of finding a job in Portugal that matches their qualifications.
It's easier now to go abroad, so people take that advantage and they really go abroad to improve their studies. And the problem now is that since it's so easy, they go abroad and they don't come back.
Recent reforms seek to introduce greater flexibility into the country's labour laws, making it easier and cheaper to sack workers. But no one is expecting an overnight change in a labour market where the expense and difficulty of laying off older employees has deterred companies from hiring young people.
I think the way the discussion should be put these days is really on what do we need to do so that a few years from now, these people that are leaving now are going to be able to come back and contribute to the development of the country.
Portugal is educating more university graduates and trained young professionals than ever before. But now, after more than a decade of economic stagnation, it simply cannot produce enough skilled jobs to employ them. Ultimately, only sustained economic growth can resolve the problem. And equally crucial for Portugal's future, only strong growth is likely to bring back the hundreds of thousands who have already left. Peter Wise, Financial Times, Lisbon.